What is a compliment you receive most often?
You're nice.
My age. Hair frost.
You're an
hair.
asshole.
Man, I was very excited to do this podcast. That answer just went so many different directions. No, see, not get into that. Well, let's get into it.
I don't think you understand what a compliment means.
A compliment means something that makes you feel good. Because the other one, it makes me feel, I don't know what to do with it.
Like, like, what's the word when you take somebody for what they look like and not who they are?
For granted.
What?
Not like you know, as an item instead of a person.
An object, like objectified?
Objectify.
Objectified.
What are you saying?
I'm saying, does a hair compliment make you feel objectified?
No.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what was the question again?
It said, what's the compliment that you receive the most?
Yeah, you get asshole more than hair.
Yeah, hairy asshole.
You get both.
Actually, Amber says it to me a lot too.
What?
She says you're the nicest asshole.
Yeah. No, I said you're my favorite asshole,
Yeah.
which is not the same thing as
Damn.
nicest. Because you're not that nice. But you are my favorite.
There we go.
That is not a compliment.
It is. Out of all the assholes that are out here, Frost, you're not
No,
the worst.
he probably doesn't take that as a compliment since it's from you. He's
I,
like, oh,
I
it's from
think
Amber.
I think you take it as a compliment.
I take it as a compliment.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. People tell you that you're nice all the time.
I don't know. That's the only thing I thought of. I don't know what else.
You also get hair.
Yeah.
Can I give you a compliment?
No.
I like your sweater.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Straight
Very
from
cool.
Pakistan.
Straight from Pakistan.
Can I touch it? It
Yeah.
looks really
Took you
quality.
forever to get it.
Ooh, that's thick.
You know,
That's
you
thick.
were showing your sweater collection off today. That same sweater in different colors.
Yeah.
On your IG story. I was very much enjoying it. Like I don't really watch a
dude haul?
What's it called? A
dude haul?
I don't really watch a dude haul like that, but I was like, I'm enjoying this, and I enjoyed it so much that there's a part of it that I had to save because I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
So I saved this part, and I don't know what I'm gonna use it for yet, but I'm gonna use it because I liked it so much, and it's this right here.
Let's hear
Hold
it.
on. Ready?
I was not expecting for this to pop off like that.
And that's it. Like imagine
That
that,
should be a
imagine that
soundboard.
like a sample. Like imagine an intro song, right?
Oof.
Right here. Oh wait.
I was not expecting for this to pop off like that.
Doom, 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 doom. Like horns, nice bass. I was not
Yeah.
expecting. You know how like it's like Will Ferrell in the Paris song
Yeah, yeah.
with Kanye
Yeah.
and Jay-Z. What does he say? Like it gets the people going.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But like you just made one of those.
Wow.
Mm.
From
I heard it and I was like, that sounded so good. I'm not kidding right now.
It's like when Ice
You guys
Spice
think I'm
has,
kidding right now,
"Stop
but that
playing
sounded-
with them, Rylan."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, I was not expecting it to pop off like that. And then just a bass drop.
Yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be hype. Will I get credits in the...
Everybody knows it's you. Once you hear, I was not expecting to pop off like that.
Why don't you make the song?
Well, he had the idea, so I'm excited to see him.
Why don't we collaborate on a song?
No, I want to see his.
If you use your own voice as the sample, I don't think that that's really
Yeah.
a sample anymore.
It doesn't like hit.
That's like Kanye, like
Kanye
sampling.
would do that.
No, he doesn't do that though. It's like somebody else would use Kanye, but if Kanye used his own speech, like from the VMAs, that's like,
They're making the
What
Twix
would I
bigger.
do?
It's making us fat.
yeah, because it would sound like it's just him
Yeah.
saying it. So it has to be somebody else that uses it.
Okay, heard.
Yeah.
I understand music now.
But if anybody out there has any good ideas or wants to like sample that into their own thing, like maybe if you're a music producer, like use that right there and then send it to us.
Yeah, yeah. What was your compliment?
Oh, my age.
Like,
People never, every time I tell somebody my age, they're like, no way. And I'm like, fuck off.
what, you look older than? What's the compliment?
Can you turn the headphones up a little bit?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that just you guys or is that me?
It's slightly me as well.
Okay.
Feels a little
Is
weird.
it good now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Feels really silent though. Yeah, no, like I've been getting it a lot where some like people are like, oh, like how old are you? Because I've been meeting a lot of people in the last couple of weeks. I'm like, oh, I'm 24. And I'm 29. And they're like, no, I thought you were like 24, 25, whatever. And like dudes that are younger will think that I'm younger than them. And I'm like, that's kind of crazy.
That's hilarious.
I'm like,
Maybe they're just saying you're immature. Have you ever thought about that?
No, but it definitely has to do with my energy. I'm pretty sure. Like, it's not all face. It's definitely face and energy.
Yeah, you also identify as a Gen Zer.
I am.
There's this one time, this girl, she was like, how old do you think I am? And then, first of all, like, why ask that question?
Yeah.
But two, I answered correctly. Or, like, I answered what I thought.
Yeah.
I answered what I thought.
She got offended?
I was like 29, 30. And then she's like, I'm 25.
Ooh.
And then she's like, next time, like, whenever you guess someone's age, decrease 5 years. And I was like, that's what I did.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, then why did she ask?
Well, people were like, because she's like hanging out with like older people. Mm-hmm. So then she was like, oh, can you guess my age? Because like, you know, everyone else is like older around her.
If a girl ever like proposes that question, she's looking or has heard it plenty of times before that
Yeah.
she's, you know, looking younger than she really is.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, 100%. And I think in that context, she was around older people. So they'd guess like, oh yeah, you're probably like, you know,
21.
21 or something like that. But
Yeah. Yeah, you're not supposed to ask. I think that's a little weird.
yeah. So I'm at +5 next time.
Oh, that's a good tactic. That's
piss
living
'em
for the
off.
plot. I like it, Shamir.
Yeah.
Bring the next story.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead. Welcome back to the
Strange
Strange Flavors. Welcome back.
What are you doing?
Are we not doing it?
I don't know. Are we?
Yeah, but like, what were you doing?
I was doing what
She
we
was
did.
starting it. She was.
No,
starting
she was like, what? Hold on, what? Oh, you were like ready for the intro?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Welcome back to Strange Flavors.
everybody. The
Strangest and greatest podcast
in the
on the
game.
planet.
Oh, you went for a quick
What?
sports broadcaster.
in the game. I was trying to get through it quicker.
you just went EA Sports on us.
In the game.
Okay, well, Shamir wants to go quicker. So next time, make sure you're on your sports broadcaster voice.
Because
okay?
I'm like in your mentality now. Like I do.
Oh,
I
you
do
feel like it's
it.
dragged on?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
started this, by the way.
I did start it, but I thought, you know, maybe it'll go on for like 2-3 episodes. Now it's like
I
now it's
just
become a
caught
thing.
on.
No, I know you just caught on. Now I'm like trying to.
I see. When
Yeah.
you start something, you feel good about it. Then when other people start doing it,
Yeah.
it's just like, it's not cool anymore. I'm on to different things. I wear big brown sweaters now.
Yeah.
You guys are in little tight
yeah.
pink ones.
Not Pakistani clothes. Indian clothes.
Dude, have my labels be saying made in India. What do you want me to do?
Just throw them out. No, I'm kidding.
The king is
go
back.
She's gone too.
I know, but like it didn't feel like it. I'm kidding. They both just looked at each other, wondering who the king is.
Like if you were the only one gone, I'd be like, oh, it's for us. But like she was gone too, so I was like,
Amber was like, "Who, me?" And then you were like, "Wait, which one of you?"
I honestly was like, is it Shamir for a second?
The king is back.
welcome back, King.
Welcome back.
King, oh,
Queen.
Our
Papa.
Majesty. Wow.
Balto King.
No more filler episodes. You know what I mean?
Even though we did a filler episode.
We did a filler episode, but it was like, you know, it was still main plot.
I don't know.
You know what I
Last
mean?
week's episode wasn't much of a filler episode. There was juice.
Well, there was juice, but
I heard the juice, but I didn't hear any sort of
substance.
It's not substance. It's no like questioning the juice. You know what I mean? Like Shamir was too.
I was too into it.
He was too best friend about it. I was like, Shamir, come on, like, get on. This woman, if you want to call it that, started off this podcast by saying that she deserves to have Valentine's flowers from people who she's not. Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Are you in a relationship?
No.
Are you engaged?
No.
Are you married?
No.
Who the hell needs to be sending you flowers?
They should do better.
And then she goes and starts roasting guys. And Shamir's like, yes, queen the whole time.
I was not yes queen. All right. I don't know what I was like.
You didn't represent
The toxic masculinity.
sane masculinity. I don't know. It's not even masculinity. It's just like decency.
Like he should have been questioning the audacity of me. Actually, I said that to Shamir. I was like, I feel like Frost would rip me to shreds if he was here.
Well, you yourself said that you are a very, what did you say?
I'm an
A
actor.
shallow person.
I am. Like when it comes to like physical appearance, I think I'm very shallow, unfortunately, and I'm working on it.
Anyways, the king is back.
The king's back.
Welcome back, Balto King.
Welcome back.
Nobody has to sit there behind the headphones like I did, screaming at the mic. Screaming at the mic. Screaming at the mic.
Is that
it's
a
just
thing?
it's a song.
Okay.
Sometimes you need, you know, the side characters to go on a little quest. It
Okay.
happens in The Bear. Sydney and Marcus, you know, they have their little episodes.
Who are you talking about?
They grow a little bit. The Bear.
Who's the bear?
Everybody knows The Bear.
I don't even know what you're
Yes, chef.
talking about.
Just say yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
There you go.
And Carmi is back. Okay, I'm kidding. It was a good episode. I very much enjoyed it. I was listening on the plane, and it kept me thoroughly entertained.
Love that.
I like how you guys didn't talk about the Super Bowl game at all.
Yeah,
It
we
was like-
did.
no,
you
no,
didn't
no.
listen.
It was like Taylor Swift. It was.
Well, first of all, I didn't care about the game. Those are
No?
two teams that like I did not care for.
Okay.
And at the end,
we already
It
know
was a
he's
good
not
game.
a Swiftie. He's not a Swiftie.
For the first time, it was like a good game.
at the end,
Yeah. I mean, no, it was like back and forth. Like you were kind of like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? It went into overtime.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
kinda
a good
exciting.
game. It was.
Yeah.
yeah,
But okay.
But, he's,
like
he's
I
not a
didn't care-
Swiftie, so he didn't have a side.
Yeah, and also Ravens are not in there, so I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I was like,
a little bit sad.
yeah, I was more interested in the SpongeBob.
You know
That I
what's
missed.
more interesting about the Ravens?
What?
OBJ and Kim Kardashian are dating.
Yeah, isn't he like 32?
Isn't she like fine as fuck?
I mean, yeah, but wasn't he like engaged to somebody or
So
dating?
yes, he was.
I think he has a
And
kid, right?
He's a kid with a woman, and they're like in Baltimore or whatever. I forgot we're on a podcast. I was about to spill real tea. Let's just say
Did
that.
you like hit it off with OBJ?
Yeah,
what do you
like,
mean?
dude,
You
You went
think
on a
I would
date
hit it
once?
off with OBJ and then he'd go for Kim Kardashian? I think there's levels to this
What,
shit,
you
and
thought it'd
I'm
be
below
reverse?
ground.
Oh.
Huh?
She's like OBJ. Too short for me.
Too sure?
I mean, no, I'm just kidding. He's fine as fuck. So go off Kim. But yeah, basically he was talking. So my friend is in the know, I should say. She's in the know of the world. And she told me like 8-9 months ago, hey, him and his baby mama are broken up, and it's rumored that he's dating Kim Kardashian. And 8 months later, here we are. The rumor's coming out that they're thinking about getting married.
What?
Straight to that.
I think they've been dating for like 8-9 months.
Oh,
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
that's crazy. It's just like the pool of Hollywood is just like, I haven't given this one a shot yet. Let me get a Kardashian real quick.
Yeah.
It's like you just make rounds. Like,
Yeah.
like how did Timothy Chalamet get in there? Right?
Yeah.
It's just like it's the most random collection of people.
He's like a theater kid, and then she's like, you know, whatever, like built on this family or whatnot, and seeing them together, it's like, this is not supposed to happen. Like, you know, in high
Yeah.
school, it's like this is the wrong pairing. But
I
at
would
least
agree.
at least like OBJ and Kim K, it's like, okay, it kind of makes sense. The teacher, the student.
Yeah. Also,
Football
everyone else was basically black, and then Timothy Chalamet. came in.
That's true.
It just doesn't-
Well, Courtney's
body
never
type doesn't
dated a black dude.
nothing fits about it,
Dude.
Well, no. Actually, let me take that back. Tyga, Timothy Chalamet, similar build.
He's much
Really?
shorter, isn't he?
Who?
Timothy Chalamet. Isn't Tyga taller?
I don't know. Let's look it up.
Let's look
Isn't
it up.
Tyga hanging though?
Amber, what?
Is that,
You don't know about Timmy? He was smashing peaches. Haven't you seen Call Me by Your Name?
Isn't he the one who gave everybody like chlamydia?
What are you talking about?
Am I right?
I don't know, but apparently he's
Tyga's
touched
5'7".
everything.
He's
Oh, he's short.
he's how tall?
5'7".
No.
I thought he was like 6'2". I don't know, 6'1". Wow, that's interesting.
Am I making this up that Timothy
Timothy
Chalamet?
Chalamet is 5'10". He's taller.
Ooh,
Willy
okay.
Wonka is taller.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who
But I
gave
mean, they're
every-
both skinny. That's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah, yeah. So is
Guys,
Travis
he
Scott.
did. He really
Yeah.
did. He was
Okay.
at
So she
NYU
has
and
the
he
type.
gave.
Huh?
he was at NYU and he gave everybody chlamydia. He was rumored.
Who?
How?
Timothy Chalamet. When he was at NYU, he was rumored to give a bunch of.
Oh, I thought you were
bitches
talking
from-
about Tyga.
No, no.
I was like, oh, Tyga's like smashing everyone. That makes
Well, he has
sense.
the OnlyFans, right?
Yeah.
Tyga. So
Yeah.
that makes. Why do you talk about these celebrities like you're in with them? Like, oh yeah, OBJ. Like my homegirl was talking about him and this and that, and yeah, I went to NYU and Timothy Chalamet. Like
I'm like thirsty to get into the pool. That's why.
you, okay? Imagine Amber in Hollywood.
Yeah.
What do you think would be going on? Like, do you think she would make her rounds?
I don't think so.
She's smirking. If you can't hear, well, to the listeners, you can probably hear it.
Yeah.
My problem is that I'm already like really strong on like I need to find a Muslim man. So I'm not gonna just
Marshall Ali. I don't know. There's other Muslims in Hollywood.
Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, Lindsay Lohan.
like so when we're not
Sister
talking about like
Lindsay.
Sister.
directly Hollywood, but one of my friends, she has a good amount of followers on Instagram and she's obsessed with Hassan Piker. And so she showed me her DMs and she's just like, hey, hi, what's up? What are you up to? Hey, how's it going? And then she has like 7 calls to him. And she was like, oh yeah, like I was lit. I like called him a bunch of times. And then you just see the next message was at like 8 a.m, like, hey, sorry, that wasn't me.
He's never responded.
No.
Oh my god.
I was like, obviously that was you. There's 7 calls in a row from your phone.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you think's gonna happen? He's just gonna be like reading the DMs, being like, oh yeah, like she called me 7 times. So that's definitely not her. Let me give her a shot.
Yeah.
If you were in Hollywood, would you trick or treat at the Kardashians' house?
Why not?
And which one?
Which one?
All of them.
I mean, I feel like you get a good shot with Kylie.
Kylie.
Yeah, you could.
You got the Timothy Chalamet look.
Do
the
they
whole
do they
time.
ignore the kids or like do they have to be like, oh, I love your kids? Like,
I think they try to collect, like, you know,
Kids.
well, seems like it.
okay, wait. Who do you think I have a better shot at, Kylie or Kim?
You definitely don't have a shot with Kim. You're gonna be a
Dude, she went with Pete Davidson. Come on.
yeah, but like
I know what Amber's gonna say.
what?
Pete's hung.
No,
Yeah, I'm not hung. I'm definitely not hung.
Hang on.
Definitely not
Hang
hung.
on.
whoa. Backspace.
At the beginning of this podcast, I had a sound that I wanted to sample. Now I have a new one.
Mm-hmm.
It was Shamir 2 seconds ago saying, "I'm not hung." Bass beat drop. I'm not hung. Doom, 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 doom. Man,
No, I don't think that's why. But Pete has like a different energy. Actually, Kim did say that was why she went for him because she heard there was a rumor.
Okay, so Kylie.
I think Pete is like hyped all around. So everyone just wants to know, like, what is this about? Like, what am I
Yeah.
missing out on? He's gotten like the finest, you know.
Yeah, I literally
Girls
had
in there, so.
I literally had a friend in high school. He was literally Pete Davidson. Like he had nothing, and then like one girl dated him, and then like everyone knew about him, and so then everyone started dating him, and all he did was just like stand there.
Was
And
he hung?
He was a tall white guy. He's probably hung.
Does he have substance?
He has no substance.
Ah,
Not
damn.
funny.
Respectfully, he has no substance. He's just a good-looking tall white dude,
Do you smoke weed?
and I don't know. I think maybe.
Is he
Maybe
married
it's just like the
now?
chill.
Yeah, I think it's the chill. I think it's a chill, tall white guy, and once he's seen with like a very attractive girl once,
It's like house dad energy.
yeah, everyone else is like, oh, I want that.
They want to know like what's the tea.
Yeah, what's the team? But yeah, we're all back together. Frost came back from Alaska. Amber came back from her boat. And
Miami.
she was on a boat.
Yeah, I was cruise and then Miami and then I was back on a boat.
Yeah, and then I came from my house.
Oh, we love that for you. You're
Yeah.
going on a trip soon though.
Yes,
Where are you going?
I'm going to run.
Oh, right. You
Yeah.
have your marathon coming up. How's
Yes.
the training going?
Terrible, but we're doing it.
I'm
Are
excited
you-
for you. I just saw this Casey Neistat video yesterday, and he
That was
talks
very
about his marathon.
inspiring.
You saw it?
Yeah. That was
He
really-
talks about his marathon journey of finally beating the record, personal record for getting under 3 hours.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just motivates you.
Yeah,
I think
it's very
sports and anything kind of like, you know, athletic kind of has that easy pull of motivation.
Yeah.
And sometimes it unlocks for you so much more motivation because it's something you can physically do.
Yeah.
And then once you do it, it's like you unlock these mental things and you realize that it's a mental battle the entire time.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
I can't wait till you do it. We're also signed up for the Savage race.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll be
shout
good
out Sydney.
practice.
Shout out to Sydney.
I feel like my run's gonna be harder than Savage Race. Savage Race seems more fun.
It's gonna be more fun. It's this. It's like 5 to 7 miles, and it has like over 25 obstacles. I think it's like Ninja Warrior mud.
It's Cadet
Something.
Kelly.
It's Cadet. Oh, are you excited for that?
Yeah.
To live out your Cadet Kelly dream?
Yeah.
Are you gonna wear a uniform?
Yeah.
Army uniform. Are we gonna have matching uniforms or something?
I think we should have something matching.
That'd be
For
cool.
sure.
Like
Yeah.
bandanas or something.
Yeah, maybe. Because we have a
We'll
team,
figure it
guys. Everybody that's listening, we have like a team.
Yeah.
Leave us a suggestion of what you think we should match.
Our team name is Top Scum
Top scum.
Okay.
after Top Gun,
Okay.
named after our boy Scumbag Saad.
Yeah.
Who
We have
is
a we have a
pilot.
stacked team.
Yeah.
There's
It's
a
gonna be
lot of
fun.
people.
It's gonna be fun. But yes, I came back from Alaska, a crazy tundra adventure.
Okay.
It was a beautiful time. What do you guys think is out in Alaska? When you think about Alaska, like what do you think it is?
Balto, duh.
Balto, yeah.
Yeah, but like besides when I informed you about one of
That's
the
the only
greatest
thing.
movies
That's
ever.
That's
Literally-
the, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I don't
just
know anything
Balto.
else. It's just
In
Balto.
fact, you only went there because of Balto.
Yeah.
Like, can you pull up? Do we have it loaded? The
we
video?
have the video loaded.
Play
the
that
reference
video
from last time.
immediately.
Okay. So when I was sharing this story about Balto, this is from that episode. Alpha Wolf Furry. I have to be like Balto. You ever seen Balto? No. You guys don't know who Balto is?
No, what is Balto?
What's wrong
Like
with
you're
you
talking
guys?
about Baltimore, just cut it off.
Balto is a real story.
Who's Balto?
Who
It's a
the
kid, it's
hell
a
is
classic
Balto?
kids. Oh my god. Okay, look
Who's
at Balto.
Balto?
Balto is a wolf who went out while there was a huge blizzard happening, and he got the girl medicine and he saved her life, and it's a real story, and he has a
It's a
statue.
real story.
Yes, and
Wait,
it's
is
a
this a
kids
Russian
movie.
thing?
That's Balto.
This. I've never watched this.
Oh, it's like a
Well, I've seen the
movie.
VHS cover of it though.
Why'd you say it's real?
It's a real story. Look at the Balto statue. Watch.
It's not real, bro.
No, it's a real story.
He's
Look.
not even a wolf.
Just
He's a
because they
dog.
have a statue doesn't mean it's real.
Oh yeah, I think he's the only dog.
He's
Like
a
he was
kutta, bro.
amongst other wolves. Balto was really going through it, and you guys don't even know that he went through this.
So is he a dog or a wolf?
Yeah, I'm confused. That was the
Oh,
real
I
thing.
get it. This is a metaphor. You're like Balto trying to be with the furries.
I like it. Keep going.
Yeah, you're like trying to assimilate and trying to be like them.
You think
Yeah.
you're a wolf, but you're just a dog.
But then Balto, he ends up like leading the pack. If I'm gonna be a wolf furry, okay.
Yeah.
There it
This
is.
clip alone is why you went to Alaska. It's a little dramatic, don't you think?
So here's what I realized. Like I like Balto. My siblings and I, when we watched that movie, we watched it a ton of times. We loved that movie growing up, right? I didn't realize when we went to Alaska, you know how sometimes you're like, oh, I'm going to go to this place and like it's this reason and it's not that big of a deal. Balto is a huge deal in Alaska.
Do you believe him?
I do because I literally saw on your sister's story. There's like a little statue of Balto. And I'm
I
like,
feel like they
Not only
planted
there,
that.
everywhere we went, there was like something about Balto.
why?
Because it's such a incredible story.
Wasn't there a movie about like huskies and there was that one like
You talking about the Cuba Gooding Jr. Snow Dogs?
that should be like
No,
everywhere.
bro.
I've never heard about Balto. I've heard of
My
Snow
guy.
Dogs and Cuba Gooding Jr.
See, this is the you're talking about like he's talking about the equivalent of like Air Bud.
Yeah.
That's what Balto
I
is
know
to me.
Airbud before I knew Balto.
I didn't realize that Balto was such a big deal there. We actually went dog sledding
Why-
for real there,
That's
right?
concerning.
And what do you mean it's concerning? you think it's like neglect or something? The dogs, so there was a bunch of stuff we learned on this trip. This trip was like very just eye-opening in many ways, right? One of the things is that dog sledding is such a huge, like it's really part of the culture there. It's not like
Like that's how you get to like one house to the other.
it used to be
Yeah, that's how you get to your neighbor's house
because there's no way to travel other ways.
they have no roads.
Maybe
the
there's too much
cars
snow.
couldn't go on it and stuff. Like this is why Balto came in. Like there was a disease that girl had, and she was in I forget what part of Alaska, and like from Nome, which is like really far away. Balto led a pack of dogs, and they delivered the medicine when nothing else could get to her, and she lived. And that's why he became like, you know, this super like important figure there. And there's statues of him in different places. But when we went dog sledding, like they taught us a bunch of stuff about like the process of it and all of that. And like the dogs, they can run like over 100 miles in a day. They really enjoy running. Like that's all they kind of know. They're ready for it anytime. They run at minus 20 degrees comfortably, but they can run like in minus 60. And all of these dogs, they were so like trained friendly. Like they're like the nicest dogs I've ever like come across.
You sound like a white person.
Literally like a white person.
You know who does
I
it
so
better?
get it now.
You know who does it better?
Yeah.
Camels.
Ooh,
They go in hotter weather. They do it for longer.
Uh-huh.
They take so many more people. They don't get a movie.
They don't have a movie.
They don't have a movie.
And that's, you know why? Because dogs are associated with white people and
Yes.
camels are associated with
Trust
white
me. Trust me. If
Yes.
you guys ever went, like you would get it. Camels are not like cute, bro.
people. Camels are adorable.
And all of these dogs, like they're like little wolves. Some of them are like big. Some of them are they're like different breeds of like. It's just a.
There's
white
big
stuff.
dogs and
Wait,
small
hold on.
dogs and middle dogs.
Hang on, I do sound white right now. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I sound kind of white.
There's a lot of dogs and some are big.
Okay, so
some are cute.
Some are small.
so I knew you guys would do this, and
I wasn't trying to. Like
I was gonna bring you guys a present for the podcast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was gonna be that Balto statue,
No.
but it was $50.
Yeah.
I was like,
Save it.
I don't know about that, but I wasn't gonna come empty-handed.
Oh, God.
Oh gosh.
This is the strangest and greatest podcast in the game. You know?
Okay.
Let's see it. It's like a little puppy.
And you know, like I really get the Alaskan
Add to
culture
the
now.
yapping.
Yeah. Add to the yeah.
I really get the Alaskan culture now. I feel like I'm a part of the Alaskans.
You look
know what I
like
mean?
you are part of the Alaskans with your new beard and
Okay.
stuff.
I'm really grizzly like that. Like people don't think that I get grizzly, but I can get grizzly.
Stay grizzly then.
Like the
Yeah.
bears, you know?
For those that are listening on the podcast, he has a gray bag. It says Twigs on it, Alaskan Gifts.
Okay. So I thought that I would bring you something that us Alaskans like to
Us Alaskans is crazy.
consume lots of. And it is.
God.
Oh
I'm
gosh.
oh no.
What is this?
Alaskan
Oh,
salmon jerky. Oh, that
no.
sounds delicious.
No.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Alaskan
probably
salmon
smells bad.
jerky.
Dude, it's expired.
A lot of
I
people
haven't
eat
tried
it there.
I haven't tried it. I mean, they eat salmon.
Okay, but do they eat this?
The bears do.
But do people eat this?
The jerky?
Yes.
I guess they do. Listen, I haven't seen salmon jerky anywhere else.
salmon jerky. Are we
sounds-
eating this?
We have to.
Yeah, this
This
sounds
is the
so
strangest
good.
and greatest podcast in the game.
Strange flavors.
This
We
is gonna
have
be
to eat
delicious.
Alaskan salmon jerky on the strangest and greatest podcast in the game.
This is our first strange flavor eating
Strange test.
strange test on this podcast. We've done over
Strange taste.
170,
Yeah.
180 episodes.
You guys tried first.
I'm pretty sure I tried a cow before. A cow
But
tongue.
was that on
Why are you opening it like that? Open it from the top where you rip the thing.
like this?
Yeah.
Why are you not opening?
I'm not gonna
Why
lie.
don't we just open one and then split it?
Yeah, it looks like a lot. I'm gonna let you guys try it, and then I'll maybe I'll try it.
Why don't what does that even mean?
I low-key feel like throwing up. That's why.
What? Are you?
No, it's not. It's not because of the Alaskan. I think I'm pregnant. But
No, it's because you drank a Celsius.
no,
without...
I was listening to this podcast earlier, and he was describing his wife being
smell?
pregnant, and I feel like I have those same symptoms. So that's why I think that I might be.
All right, Amber's opening it right now.
Okay, why aren't you opening yours?
Oh, I was gonna
Let's
split it
just-
with her.
Yeah, let's just split it.
All right, fine, split it.
I'm gonna have to finish the whole thing.
Ooh, it looks like fruit roll-up.
It's like a leathery.
Okay, I'll take one too. I'll take a little bit.
Yeah.
That's too much. Can you rip me
It's
a
like,
small
it's like
piece?
a fruit roll up.
Can you rip me a small
Rip,
piece?
rip.
No, that's all you. You brought it, bro.
Oh my God. Just put the rest right here.
Okay, ready?
Oh, it smells good.
Yeah, it doesn't smell bad.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
Oh, wait. Wrong camera. All right.
Well, 1, 2, 3 for Alaska. Tastes like beef jerky.
Yeah.
It smells like beef jerky.
No, it smells fishy and it tastes a little fishy.
Really?
Yeah, but it's like barbecue-ish flavor.
It has like garlic powder and black pepper and other stuff. Can I read that again? Let me read it.
Well, I like it better than beef jerky.
It's not bad. You should have brought us like something like gross.
I think he thought this was gross.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was gross. I thought it would be unique.
Wow. Yeah, that's actually pretty lit. I wish they sold that here.
Yeah, you know when you eat the wild Alaskan salmon? You ever see that on the labels?
Protein is that?
We
It doesn't tell you.
we
how
like
many
to
grams
eat
of protein.
wild Alaskan salmon at my house before we became Alaskans. And so it was cool to actually eat wild Alaskan salmon from Alaska.
It doesn't
We
tell
ate
you
a
how
lot of
many grams
salmon
of
there.
protein's on here. What kind of state is Alaska?
The worst thing I've had from the sea was fermented shark.
Ooh, tell me about it.
Smells like it's so bad. It stinks. And then it like bursts in your mouth.
Can I share your napkin?
Yeah.
Sorry, that was probably yours.
What?
Do you want to share this napkin?
I didn't really get it.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for the salmon jerky.
Display. Yeah, that was lit. Thanks for bringing that. I wish they sold that here.
I mean, I still wouldn't buy it, but
Well, if I knew how
It's
many
not
grams
that
of
good.
protein, well, if you knew how many grams of protein it was, and you needed like a little snacky snack before like the gym or something.
Jerky's a good like protein snack to have that like you can't just like pull out a chicken breast. So it's nice, but like usually I think that jerky like has a lot of sodium and different things.
And
in
like
it.
randomly pork.
Yeah, like it's a lot of pork and stuff. But this would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fire. Fabulous.
Yeah, we had a lot of salmon there, salmon pasta, salmon, all types of things.
Was it
was
good?
nice. It was good. It was real good. But we weren't focused on the food too much because there was another planet out there to explore. And let me tell you, Alaska is another planet. If you go like, out there, out in the wilderness, getting your primal instincts. You know what I mean? We were chasing the northern lights.
Oh,
We went to Iceland before, and we went during the summer, so it was daylight all day, so you couldn't see anything. It was like you had like an hour of like the sun being kind of down, but it was day all the time. And this time in Alaska, it was like day barely, so it was like night all the time.
oh.
And the Northern Lights, it's so like the game of it is so fun.
Can you explain the Northern Lights? Not, I mean, like I know what it is, but like I
What
don't
is
know
it?
what it is.
What is it? The Northern Lights are actually solar flares from 24 hours prior. So you're looking into the past of the sun's rays, basically, into the sky.
How's that different than regular sun?
Because it's basically, you know how, like, for example, if you see like a rainbow reflection off of the mirror when there's a sun outside. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Like the light is being split, and then you see like the spectrum basically. So when you see the northern lights, aurora borealis, the aurora clitorialis is what I found.
What?
They said I couldn't find it, and I found it.
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so it's like it's basically
Why did he say that?
it's science, okay? It's science, and it's sciencing in the sky. And the point is that like you sit out and you kind of wait to see the light, and then all of a sudden you don't know if it's gonna come or not. Like it's got to be clear skies, but then when it comes, you see like a little bit of the green. You're like, how is this real? And then especially when you take a picture with like long exposure on your camera, like you see it super bright. And the stars, I've never seen them be this bright anywhere like ever in my life.
Whoa!
So it was magic. It was absolutely magical.
Wow.
how long were the lights on for? Or like,
It would come and go like the clouds. You know, like
Yeah, yeah.
the clouds, it'll sometimes be shady and then
Yeah.
it gets clear sky again. So it's like weather.
yeah. Was it hard to chase?
You're not like physically chasing it. It's
Yeah.
more like like metaphorically you're chasing it.
Yeah. Well,
because
So you're not like on a dog sled trying to find it?
no, but we did. We went up this like mountain hill, and they had this like lodge there, and it was completely like pitch black dark because you can see everything better when it's pitch black. Like that's why places like Alaska, Iceland, where there's less light pollution, that's where you're gonna see it best. You're not gonna be able to see it in like cities. You got to go out in the wild, basically.
Whoa.
And so there was like when we were seeing signs of it, then we went on this hill inside of this lodge that was pitch black, and all it was like a wall of window, and they had it heated inside. So you could just
Ooh.
like sit there and watch. And it felt very like Hereditary vibes because you would go into these dark rooms and then it would be like people sitting in chairs looking out of the window
Damn.
into darkness, into pitch black.
And were you guys staying here like at night at this lodge?
Yeah, so we were in it was like a resort, you could say, but it's more like cabins.
Yeah.
And then there was like tons of places where you could go like a posting or something, but like not everybody knew about it. It was just kind of people on their own. Like you would see people out in random parts, just kind of trying to discover a good spot or like the best place to try to see something. People would have their tripods set up. So it was like when you were seeing everybody kind of so invested into it, that's what I'm saying. It was like a game of like, you know, will I see it today? And every night, every single night we were there, we were wanting to stay up and like wait for the lights. Cause it's like, you can't describe it. It's one of those fascinating things in nature that it's just like, it can't be recreated. Like nature always wins, I feel, when it comes to like just the magic and spectacle of what's possible that is natural in the world.
How many times
know?
did you see it?
We saw it probably two of the nights. But it was like sometimes we were just like absolutely exhausted, so we wouldn't get up. But like they'll call you like places you stay. There's like if you're on like the Aurora call,
Yeah.
it's like they're out. Like my brother-in-law and I, we went and we were basically like, we went out just to see like where people were, and then we saw it, and then we came back and woke my sister and brother up. We're like, they're out, get up. And they just like quickly put on like layers of clothing, and we're like quickly just came out because it's just, you got to be ready that quick. And it's like freezing cold. So you got to put on your layers and just be ready to go. But
Well, while you were there, did you get to like, is there any things about like the local culture that like stuck out to you?
yeah, I think the culture of Alaska, there's definitely like, I felt that there was a lot of things that were just part of the way that they live and move. And it's like, you understand that like people out there are just like, it's not expensive to live there. It's
Really?
yeah.
Oh.
But the lifestyle that you're going to have,
Is inconvenient.
it can be inconvenient for people who are looking at it that way. But for people who are there, they're like, this is all I want. Like one of the guys who we went up in this like army vehicle because the place we were staying at, it was called Chena Hot Springs. It's actually like natural hot springs, and it's like boiling hot. Like you can
Ooh.
sit in it and there's freezing snow all around you. And like your hair will frost up while the rest of your body is like submerged in this like
Whoa.
cooking
Wow.
pot, basically. It's really beautiful. And basically it used to be like an army base, and so somebody bought it and then used all of the hot springs to power the entire like lodge and
Oh wow.
all of that. And it's like,
The hot springs power the lodge?
yeah,
Whoa.
it's really amazing. They gave us a tour of the whole premise and like showed us how everything functions, how they use the electricity, water, all of that. But anyways, yeah, this guy, he took us up on one of those army vehicles that are still left over, and we were watching the sunset from like a mountaintop, and you could see Mount Denali in the distance, which is the tallest mountain in the country, like in the United States. And I was like chatting with him for a while about like wildlife and why he lives out there and stuff. Cause I want to know about like bears, wolves. Like, do you really see them? Like, I wanted to ask all the stereotypical stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you, like, what do you think of when you think of Alaska? Cause like all the things you think of is like real, and they really live that way out there. And I asked him, I'm like, why are you here? And he's like, I'm from Indiana, and you know, I've lived here on this resort my whole life. They feed us and they give us housing, I get to do this every single day. I'm like,
And
you
he
like
likes
taking
it.
people up here. He's like, I love the whole thing. And I was like, have you ever been outside of?
Have you been
the
to New York?
I was like, no,
Have you tried Vegas?
Yeah,
Miami?
I tried Vegas.
he hasn't even been outside of like that resort because he's like, this is all I need in my life.
Dude.
He's never been outside of the resort.
That's the only place he's.
Did you show
stayed.
him like pictures of Pakistan? Like, yo, you can do this.
But like when people talk about it in the way that they describe it, you believe them because it's like, yeah, you can tell him like, oh, well, what about this? What about that? But then it's like you see him and you see the way that he's feeling and looking out into the sunset and you just see it on their face. It's just like some people just are content with this much. They don't care to find out anymore. They know it's out there. Obviously, they see foreigners every single day coming and going. And so they hear about other places and they know about all of it. They like that life.
Are a lot of the people who are living there were like born there or
No, I didn't come across anybody who was like Alaskan.
Whoa.
But we did see a lot of native, I was going to say indigenous history, not Native American. And that part like is so fascinating
Whoa.
because it's like these people came here and the way they wanted the land to be is how it should be. And then you start to think about it in other places where, there's been just absolute genocide of these people.
Mm-hmm.
And like the way that their land was totally transformed
Mm-hmm.
and repurposed for like they thought of everything. The way that they made hides and all types of things out of animal and whatever else resources that were there, the way they utilized like everything, the way they appreciated and loved the land.
Yeah.
And then people just come in and, do whatever they want for their own kind of ego and, just building countries off of whatever they build it off of. The natives were like one of my favorite things about just like seeing, and I'm glad that like at least some of their history is all still there. And I think Alaska is one of these states with like the most still. There's a good amount of population that is still there, which is nice.
Did you meet him?
We came across a few people, but we didn't get to like interact and
Okay.
yeah, just out of like I'm not
You saw their tents, like their igloos.
No, I mean obviously like, they're like integrated into normal life now, but
They're like on TikTok and they're so cool to watch. Like you'll see that
They're
they
like hunting animals. Like it's so cute.
It's so cute. Like they'll like get a whale or something and they will split it amongst the community based off of how many people live in that household. And it's like a certain part of it. And then they show you like their fermenting process and how they make it last for a long time.
yeah, like community, tribe, all of those things are like just so symbolic and meaningful, and the way that like their art is just absolutely beautiful.
It's so in.
I was honestly just like blown away by that aspect. Like we did all like amazing things. We were sledding on a frozen river. We were snowmobiling on like a golf course, just chasing the northern lights every night, dog sledding, like all this like crazy, fun, wild stuff. But it's like at the same time you have this guilt because not only is it like you're recognizing the history with it, but you're also thinking about like current times. I don't mean to take it like super in that direction, but this is the time that we live in right now. It's just like across the pond in Palestine, what's going on? It's just like, bro, why don't we realize like how important and crucial it is for a group of people to exist and how much they've contributed to life and culture and humanity. And the natives certainly did,
True.
just as Palestinians certainly do.
I need a documentary. I have a possibly stupid question. Does it snow every day?
No,
What's the vibe weather-wise?
it's like here. I mean, it gets 90 degrees.
It's like
in
here.
Yeah, it
Bro,
gets
just
90
went to
degrees in the
Maryland too.
summer.
Does it? So there's no snow in the summer?
No,
Wait,
in some
what?
parts, yes, but in a lot of parts, it is like summers in Alaska are some of the best times to go. So you
Whoa.
guys know like
That should
like
be a
Banff?
movie title. Summers in Alaska. Whoa. Sorry.
you know Banff in
Yeah.
Canada.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that where you see all of like the greenery and water flowing everywhere, and then the summers can get like, you know, the lakes will be frozen and it's snow and all of that. So they say that summers are like really great. That's actually when the bears come out to eat blueberries and the river is flowing, so there's fresh salmon.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful.
It was I want to share like funny or like fun stuff, but like honestly, sometimes it's like these kind of trips are just so peaceful and it reminds you like the beauty of just like God and nature, the world. Like, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Like
yeah.
on a podcast, like, you know, in these
Let's go live in Alaska, y'all.
Yeah, igloo.
art, at least art,
I am
it
not
lets
digging
us.
up the igloo,
Why not?
but I'll wait till we're back inside. I'll cook the fish.
I'll cook the fish.
Oh, they had an ice hotel that was an Airbnb. I'm like, why would people stay in here?
So you just
Probably
visited,
so
right?
cold.
What do you mean?
You just visited
The
ice-
Airbnb?
Yeah, or the Airbnb, or you stayed in it.
No. It was like a, they have an option to stay in it, but we were not going to do that. It was actually, I was actually hotter in Alaska than I was cold there. We'd prepared really well with layers and everything. And I had been taking cold showers like since like 2-3 years ago. And I love taking cold showers. I was taking cold showers there too. But like inside in the rooms and in the cabins and stuff like that, it's always like OD hot. So I'm like, I was often going outside just to cool off.
Was it warmer than Chicago that one time we went?
Chicago was worse. I will say that.
Okay.
The wind is like the worst part
Yeah.
about Chicago.
I think the wind
How
is the
cold it
worst part
gets.
about being cold. I think like cold in general is not that bad unless it's hitting you in the face.
Yeah.
But also like you forget when you're in a place like this because it's so worth it. Like we are on no sleep, freezing cold outside, but it's like you're mesmerized by what's around you. And sometimes you need that like to just pull you out and be like, just be grateful and be here, be present. And like, yeah, it was a really fulfilling trip, and I encourage everybody to go to places to get lost. Don't try to find or experience something just like beforehand, like knowing, oh, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna take these pictures, I'm gonna do this and that. Just go there and live and be and listen to people and understand the land, the culture of the place. And I'm saying this as I'm getting older because I'm learning this about myself too. Is like when you're little, you go to places and you're just like, you look for things to do that are fun, whatever else. And then as you get older, you're like, you find the value in educating yourself about the place. And then you just grow more love towards it. And then you just overall just appreciate like
Look,
traveling to
it wasn't just
different
Balto
places.
that brought medicine to the girl. He also brought frost to Alaska. And so I love that for you.
Shout out Balto.
Shout out Balto.
The moral of the story is shout out Balto. If you haven't seen Balto, go watch it right now.
I need to
It's
watch
a
Balto, but
classic.
I feel like it's not going to live up to
Yeah,
everything that you
I'm
hyped
be
it
like,
up to
this
be.
was the movie.
This was the movie.
It's probably mid.
He's so
If you're not a
probably
if you're not a patron,
That was mid, bro.
subscribe to Patreon. We're gonna do a live reaction of the entire Balto movie on Patreon.
Oh my god.
Live.
Oh my god. What's,
Okay, that's my Alaska. Sorry,
yeah. Also, I should have said this. Like, put him in 2-speed, but you're probably past it now because that's all great information. But it's also 30 minutes. It's also 30 minutes of
thanks.
of love, God, life, and land.
Yeah, Amber.
Sorry guys, back to boyfriends,
Boyfriends.
that are Amber's too good for.
Yeah, Amber hated our episode. Did you hear that?
I know. I get it. No, I get it because it's like when we're talking that episode, I was talking to you like you're you,
Yeah.
and you were talking like I'm me, and that's actually like how we talk.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I
All
was
the
like,
time?
That's how we talk.
And it's hard not to, especially when you know somebody and what they value. I guess it's like it's hard not to be able to talk to them in a way that they would understand and
He's
be
calling
there
you
with
dumb.
you. The opposite. The exact opposite, because I can't talk that way to everybody else.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're listening to us talk about the things that we were talking about, the things that we're passionate about, then you're getting something out of that. That's why this podcast exists. That's why we as artists do what we do. That's why we can't help ourselves. It's
Yeah.
like, you need these outlets, or else you keep them to yourself. Maybe some people express them, maybe some people don't, but it's like, not everybody is able to either talk that way, express those things, or feels the need to. And so it's like, that's why I listen to certain people or whatever else. But that podcast was like a passion podcast.
Yeah, it was a passion podcast.
And it's certainly not for everybody.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I knew
And I
it was
get
the
it.
case. I knew it was the case, but I was like, maybe some people will appreciate
And
it.
and by the way, it wasn't even like we're talking about like deep art or something.
Yeah,
It was
no.
literally just us talking about nerdy shit. But it's just like, I'm talking about it with somebody who will equally get as excited, and it'll never end
Yeah.
Yeah.
as it is now. You had a story?
Oh, yeah. Have you guys seen this TikTok series called Who the Fuck Did I Marry on TikTok?
No.
No.
Okay, there's this girl going viral right now, okay? And she posted a 50-part TikTok series called Who the Fuck Did I Marry? Each part was 10 minutes. Do the math. That's 8 hours. Millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people watched this story. Basically, how it goes is that she talks about how she married a pathological liar. And she talks about how she fell into that situation purely because of like COVID and what the circumstances were, quarantining, etc. She goes into, some might say, excruciating detail about what happened, but it was so worth watching. And she's like going viral for it. And basically the guy lied about like having certain siblings. He'd be talking on the phone with his like siblings. And then like later she found out he was talking to nobody on the other line. He was just yapping, but like to nobody. And she would have conversations where she would
Is
be
he
like,
psychotic?
no, just a pathological liar.
Okay.
So apparently the difference between
Bro could have just said like I was talking to somebody. He didn't have to like be on the phone the whole time having a fake conversation.
well, he would be like, hey bro, what you doing? Oh yeah. He says, what's up? She said, what's up? Yeah, bro, I'm gonna have to bring her down to meet you. Yeah, she's good. Okay. How's your sister?
Is
Okay,
this
cool.
is this on the TikTok?
Yeah. Is she like getting footage of this? Or?
She basically like on the TikTok had these voice memos of her questioning if these things were ever real. So he said that he had over $1 million or something in the bank account, in an offshore account, as well as a separate account in the United States, because he made a lot of money playing arena football. Do you guys know what arena football is? I had to look it up after this. It's like inside of an arena. Like it's not like a traditional football field. It's like like arena, like the Royal Farms Arena.
Okay.
They put a football field the size of that inside of there. And she never looked into it, and she was like, oh, okay. And he would always talk about how he made all this money from arena football and how he invested it and how he has all this money. So he'd take her to the car dealership to buy her like BMWs. He would take her to houses and get her to look at these $700,000 houses, being like, we're going to put in a cash offer. Never showed proof of funds or anything. And he was just straight up lying to her for like a whole year and a half. And she basically like goes through all these like details. And I feel like she just changed up the TikTok game. Like she created like long form content on TikTok, and it wasn't even meant to be like sitting there and watch it.
It's like a murder series or something.
Murder series.
It was like, it felt like you're watching like a Netflix type of series, and like the way that she set it up was a playlist. So like you would just like be listening to it. So all
Is she
the-
still married to him while she's making these?
No, she's divorced now.
Okay.
And the divorce happened like 2 years ago.
What if she's a pathological liar?
Yeah.
And this never happened.
So the guy's
thought
name
about
is
that?
Legion. And
Legion.
he came out.
Kind of badass name.
Yeah. It's not his real name, but that's his nickname.
Sounds
He-
like a streaming game.
Legion.
Dude, you guys playing
He like
Legion?
responded.
Free to play.
He like came out on TikTok and responded to this whole like thing.
Like he made his
Really?
own series.
And he almost, but no. He put out like a video being like, yeah, she's lying. She cheated on me and everything. And everybody's like, we heard the story, Legion. You're a liar. Like, you're a liar. And like, just nobody's believing him.
Wow.
But basically, like, she's changing the game where people were like, bus drivers had that shit playing while they're driving their cars. You see people in the street just like watching it. It took me 3 days to finish the entire series.
You watched the whole thing.
I watched. Well, I
Dang.
didn't watch it. I listened
like,
to the
listen
whole
to it,
thing. Yeah, I listened to the whole thing. My screen time through the roof.
Was it
Through
worth
the
it?
roof. It was totally worth it.
This sounds like something produced by A24. I don't know if this is like a real TikTok or like A24 was like, yo, we needed a sick marketing campaign for this new movie we need to drop. Or they're
Yeah.
like, oh, we need to have a TikTok page where we're secretly like producing content.
She's just like driving in a car randomly, and like she's just like, you feel the bumps of the car too, and she's just like talking to the camera,
yeah.
and like again, like just like detailing it in excruciating detail. And she always said that she wanted to go to London,
Yeah.
and that he had promised that he would take her to London, and then he like just lied. He never took her or
Oh, her
something.
TikTok,
Wow.
her TikTok can take her to London now.
So now she made so much money. She put out a video saying, hey guys, we're going to London. And Delta is like, we'll fly you first class.
What?
Hilton is like,
What?
we'll put you in a hotel. Like, Queen, don't worry, we got you.
Yo,
All these
gimmick's about to
companies.
end.
What if it's like Legion the whole time? He's like, I was rich the whole time, and I paid for everything.
Well, it ended with him basically proving to be broke, where she had to give him $5 for chicken nuggets in the end. And he like lied about being like the VP of Heinz. And that he had like a company car, a company helicopter.
how long were they married for?
A year and like 3 months.
She's the dumb one. I'm sorry, she's
Why?
the dumb one.
Why?
Getting into that relationship, all this, and things not making sense throughout the whole thing.
I don't know,
When
bro. Legion's kind of smart. I would have said, like, if I heard somebody say they're the VP of Heinz, I would have been like, probably.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, oh, Nike. It's like Heinz. It's like, I'm
Yeah.
not going to look that up. Like,
Also, mind you, remember that this is a pathological liar. He had proof for everything. He had bank account statements, pictures, screenshots that he's using to prove to her that he's
this
signing.
is a game
yeah.
for Legion.
yeah.
Like, this is,
Yeah.
he could have very well streamed the whole thing. Like, you know, watch out.
Yeah.
Just absolutely just lie to this bitch right here.
This actually made
years.
me remember a story.
Okay.
But are you done with your story?
Well,
or-
yeah, basically he was putting in like cash offers, like signing live real estate documents.
Yeah.
Putting in cash offers
her
for
name?
money he didn't have. Her name's Risa Tisa. And if you,
This is not real.
no, if you watched
Is
it,
this not a new product drop by Reese's? Reese's Pieces now introducing Risa Tisa.
listen.
And now she's going to London, probably, you know, one of the cabs or like the London Tube, continuing to tell this story in there.
maybe.
So he lied to me in it. What's all this then?
Yeah.
What story did you remember?
Yeah. So basically, when I was like streaming a lot, there was this really like nice kid who came in, and he was part of the stream. He would like, you know, message everybody, like be involved. He would donate like so much money to me. I'm like, yo, relax. Like, he's like, no, you like, I have like depression and stuff like that. So you like really help me and whatnot.
Aw.
And so I was like, oh, dang, this is like really nice. But I appreciate it. But like, you're young. He was like 21, 22 or whatnot. And then he like got into an accident out of nowhere. And we're like, what the heck? Like, and so he like sent us the picture of the car and everything like that. And he was like, yeah, there's like, you know, I had a bunch of cash in the back, and like, this is the, like, he sent us the picture of the car and everything like that. And we're like, what the heck?
I like this.
This is crazy.
I like
and so
this.
then, but we're like, why'd you have a bunch of cash like in the back? That doesn't make sense. And so
I
he
was
was
going to send it to Shimmer Stream.
yeah. So I forgot what his reasoning was, but he was like, yeah, like, you know, I had that cash, but I don't have it anymore. And so we're like, dang. And then like sent us pictures like of him in the hospital and whatnot. And we're
Oh
like,
my God.
like, we hope you're okay and whatnot. And
Was
so
it
then-
actually him?
It was actually him. And so then he was like in the hospital and whatnot. And so then like 2 months later, he tells us that like the nurse that was like helping him, he like end up becoming like sort of in a relationship with her. And so then like he would like, you know, send us messages of like them talking to each other. She would show up on the stream. She would like
The nurse.
The nurse. Yeah. She would talk on the stream and whatnot.
That's so hot.
Yeah. That's so
I've never heard anybody actually like pull a nurse.
Yeah, yeah. And so then it was cool because like he bought like this was the time I had like my youth song, so he bought her my hoodie, And like he was like, yeah, I gave it to her. And then he sent a picture of her wearing it. And so I was like, oh, that's sick. Like the nurse is like wearing my hoodie. That's so dope. Right. And so then like 2 months later after that,
It's like AI generated.
yeah, 2 months later after that, he's like, she cheated on me. And I was like, what happened? He's like, she sent a butthole picture to my friend. And I was like,
butthole
What?
picture?
and I started laughing. I was like, what the hell? And I was like, he's like, why are you laughing? He's like, she cheated on me. I was like,
But that's
Who's-
a wild.
who sends a butthole picture?
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
New patient.
At least send a little titty.
Yeah. So I was like laughing, super hard. I was like, objectively, this is a funny story.
Yeah.
And so then he was,
Not him like heartbroken. You're like, objectively, this is funny.
yeah. And then, so then he would like ask me questions about like drones and stuff like that. He's like, my dad's thinking about getting me a drone. Like, which one should I do? I went like, gave him like, you should get this one or you should look into this one. Like, give my time and whatnot. A few months later after that, he's like, hey, my sister's in the hospital. And she's like very sick. And so like everybody's like gathered around and like helping him like get through this. And then
Wait, and he like shares this over like the chat on stream?
chat, or sometimes he's talking to one person individually. And then
Okay.
like that person will tell like all of us or whatnot.
Like on the chat stream.
No.
Oh, like separate.
privately, or he's like
Oh.
talking to them, and then like
It'll get back
maybe
to you.
that other person will like tell somebody else. And
Are
then-
you at this point kind of like, this is fishy?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
like I don't pay too much attention to it. I was like, I'll let everybody else handle it.
This is wild salmon, bro.
I'm just,
This is
I'm
wild Alaskan salmon.
I'm just
straight up.
I'm just making content. Like
Yeah.
I feel bad for you, but like I gotta focus on mine. You can't trauma dump like all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say that to him?
Yeah. I was just like, do whatever you need to do, but let's keep it positive.
No more
whatever.
family members in the hospital,
no.
even if they really are there.
Yeah. So then his sister was in the hospital, and then she ended up passing away.
Oh my
And,
God.
Yeah, it was like everyone was like really sad, upset for him. We created like a whole group chat and whatnot. And then
Why was she in the hospital?
I forgot, she had like some brain thing, but yeah. So
I
she
would
had,
have said that too.
she had some brain thing, and so this other person, he ends up messaging his uncle saying, "Hey, I'm sorry for your loss," and the uncle's like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh my God.
So then
How did they message the uncle?
through a fake Facebook account, shout out this dude.
Because he was suspicious.
He was suspicious.
I
we all
like this
were.
guy.
As-
I like this guy.
As we all were. We all were suspicious, but it didn't make sense for us to like pursue or question
Yeah.
anything until the sister thing happened, because so many people were emotionally affected.
Yeah.
And so these people were like comforting him, like literally hours with him, like he's like crying and whatnot. So they're comforting him. We're all suspicious. So this person messages the uncle. He comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, like I don't want you to freak you out, but we think like this is not real." And first, like I didn't question it. I was like, "Oh, this makes sense." And so I was like, "Let me know what I got to do, or let me know what we can do to solve this, and how we confront him."
Wait, what do you mean solve this?
Like confront him.
Confront him.
Like
Oh,
He
you're gonna
needs to
confront-
admit.
okay.
He needs to
I thought
admit
you were
it.
putting the Justice League together. Like,
We did.
what should we do?
We had the Justice League together.
Something's going on.
oh my God.
So we had 4 other people.
Can I just tell you, while you've been telling the story, I've totally been imagining like it's like raining outside, and like everyone inside is like comforting this guy, and you and then a few sus people are outside smoking a cigarette, and you're like, something's off here.
Literally,
Something
that's how
ain't
it
right.
was for like a month and a half. We were scheming for a month and a half
I'm so invested.
to see like, we gathered all the previous evidences,
Yeah.
right? And so then basically I was like, hey, so I told them I will confront him. You guys stay on a call, and you guys like tell me like what evidence to bring up. And so they were listening. My
This is so
constituents,
sleepover.
my constituents were there. They gathered all the evidences, and then so then I was like, hey, I confronted the guy, and I was
one
like,
on one.
one-on-one. I was like, hey, can we have like a call? I need like a help on something. So he's like, oh, he's kind of weirded out because I never like call him one-on-one. So he's like, oh yeah, sure, call him. And then so yeah, I'm like, hey, by the way, like one of our friends, he messaged your uncle and had no idea that your sister passed away. And then he's like, what are you talking about? And stuff like that. And then we brought up all the other stories. And then eventually he cracked and he said, sorry, like I lied about that. I don't know why. I just wanted pity. And,
Wow.
one
Reactions.
lie, reactions. One lie led to another. And I'm really sorry. I didn't want to break your guys' trust, but I know I did. And so then we got him to, crack on every single lie because my constituents were like, ask him about this, ask him about this, ask him about this.
Love the constituents.
And I'm like reading the chat while I'm talking to him and stuff like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. And so then he felt so bad. And I was like, by the way, you know, you can't come back again. And he was like, yeah, I know. And
He's
then,
banned.
I mean, like he can come back, but I was like, it's, you know,
You meant
people-
like he can't come back from this? Like he can't recover, or
Both,
like he can't?
both.
Okay.
yeah, like it'd be wrong for him to like try to be normal again. Like, hey guys, even though I lied
Actually,
about my sister
yeah.
dying, like, you know, and the sad thing is there were two people who literally like lost family members and felt so bad. They were crying with him
Oh my god.
because they knew how it felt. And like, you know, he literally had receipts and stuff
Oh
like
my
that.
gosh.
This guy's a super villain.
He's a
Maybe he
super
gets
villain.
like energy from their tears. They're like crying about his
Yeah.
fake sister passing away. He's like, oh yes.
He
He's growing
literally-
bigger.
Yeah.
He's all veiny.
And the funniest thing was, so he's like a huge Spider-Man fan. And around that time, the new Spider-Man movie's coming out, Spider-Man No Way Home, where all the Spider-Men come together. And his sister left a note before she passed away. And like the PS line was like, please watch Spider-Man for me. Like, and I was like, everybody that read that letter, you guys did not find that suspicious? Like I was pissed that
the sister said that?
sister said that to him. Like, P.S. Please watch the Spider-Man movie for me, because he said that his sister was like a huge Spider-Man fan as well. And so I was like, I never read the letter until after all this happened.
Yeah.
Until like
He
we
shared the letter?
He shared the letter.
What the heck?
With like two other people. And so
Interesting.
those two other people, I'm like, bro, come on, like y'all.
Yeah.
He should have said that my Uncle Ben passed away at that point. Like,
But
Peter, do the right thing.
yeah. So then after we got him to confess everything. By the way, I recorded all of this.
Oh my god.
What do you mean you recorded it? Like it's on stream?
The
No, I
conversation?
recorded the conversation.
Oh.
There was no, it was not on stream.
Dude, you were
Like
so,
on Discord?
Like, you're such a detective.
Yeah.
You tapped in.
So I
You
recorded
wiretapped
everything.
No,
him?
because Shamir's doing all this because he had like Loki an audience.
Well, it was not for the audience. Like,
Yeah.
I really felt like the people that were emotionally invested, they were done wrong. And I felt really bad for that.
Okay,
but
fair.
then too, I would need to make sure that this is like documented. That way, like if something else were happen in the future, I was like, I got you. Like you can't come back from this. So then he felt really bad. And then
Why'd you call up Neve Schulman?
he felt really bad.
Right.
He felt really bad. And then he messaged everyone saying like, hey, I lied about everything. I lied about my sister. I don't deserve you guys. Thank you so much for like making my, couple years like the best it could be.
Couple years.
It was like a year or two or whatever. But and then yeah, he dipped. And then
See, I think maybe like this is a trait of pathological liars because the guy in her story also killed off his ex-wife's daughter. He killed off his grandma. He killed off all these people while he was dating this girl. And come to find out that none of them were dead. These siblings that he was making up weren't real. Like, was showing pictures, all this type of stuff. So it's like, should we feel bad for them? Because they're like, can't help it?
yeah, I don't know. It's like, how do they like? Where do they go? I mean, they could go to therapy, but like, I've never heard that many like therapists helping pathological liars.
Yeah. Apparently, the difference between a pathological liar and there's another type of liar. What's the other type of liar?
Like a bad liar?
No.
That's me.
Somebody who lies a lot.
Yep, that's me.
No, what is it called?
Someone who lies a lot?
Yeah.
A serial liar?
No. There's another word for it. But the thing about a pathological liar is that they lie for no reason. It's not like
Yeah.
they're lying for gain.
Yeah.
Or
No,
that
but it is.
No, but they were also lying just
Because
so-
you're collecting like, all the sympathy and
No, but they would lie about the dumbest shit. Like the
Like-
drone stuff had nothing to do with sympathy or anything. He was just wasting my time.
yeah.
or just like for conversation.
For conversation.
Because he knows that you'll respond. He knows that that's something you know about.
And I will respond with anything. So it's
Yeah.
literally useless. Like he could have been like, "What's your favorite Spider-Man movie?" Would have replied right there. Would have been like, "Yeah," but like,
I mean, he was only doing it to that girl because she said that he simply wanted to see her like reaction to things, and like the reaction being like, for example, hey, I'm gonna buy you this house, and then it didn't go through, and almost like that negative reaction of her just like feeling like sad and depressed
it's
over
like
it.
tug of war, like with your heart.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's just like I want you to be invested enough and care about what's next.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna like drop it, and then I'm gonna move on to the next thing.
yeah,
And it's like you're always kind of in, and you're always playing with the heartstrings because you want them to like have that. When like people want somebody more when they don't want them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's probably what that does. Like it makes this like it's like Stockholm syndrome almost.
The other one I was looking for is compulsive liar.
Oh, right.
The compulsive liar lies for attention or to avoid responsibility. And the pathological liars, they lie habitually without any apparent motivation or clear reason and often have the uncontrollable urge to say false things.
I feel like it maybe it's a mix of both, but like the big events are probably compulsive, and then like the day to day is like pathological.
Yeah,
which
like,
is scary.
Hey, I drove to school, but you walked, and it
Yeah,
would
yeah.
make no difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's scary. Like how long people can keep this up and how long they have been keeping this up. And like the stories he would tell, they were not big enough for us to like question that much. It's like, oh, sorry, dude. Like, you know, and like the minute his sister passed away, you know, like the first thing you're thinking is not like, are you lying or whatnot? Even though like there was a feeling there, you're still like, oh, like sorry for your loss or whatever.
How dare you call Risa Tisa dumb when you were over here fooled yourself?
You're Risa Tisa,
we
bro.
were not fooled. We were not fooled.
You're
Trust.
telling me you were never fooled?
I brought all the stories. We brought all the stories that did make sense. Like none
I
of
mean,
that
she
made
did
sense.
too after some time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But like we had the calculated evidence the whole time.
She
like,
did now.
Every
Oh,
time
as
we
it was
were like,
happening?
yeah, we were like, oh, this is not making sense. This is not making sense. This is not making sense. But we just let it go because we're like, there's no reason for us to pursue this more. He's still like a nice guy. He's not doing any harm. But until the sister thing happened, that's where we're like, all right, that's enough. Can we figure out that all these are lies? That's
Shimmer
what we
Wally
have
with
to
a
do.
drama alert.
I know. That was intense.
Yeah.
Clip it.
This is why you're I forget which number, but on that famous YouTubers list.
What?
You're on famous birthdays?
Famous
Oh, yeah.
birthdays.
I made it on famous
This is what
birthdays.
happens.
How do you feel about that?
It was cool. It was like the bio was like so random though, and like the pictures they used are so random. But
Who makes these things?
I don't know. It's famousbirthdays.com, but I'm like rank like 80,000 or something like that.
Did they call you to ask you what your birthday
They
is?
DM'd me. I don't know how they got my birthday, or maybe no, they asked. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think they asked.
And they're like, "Hey, we'd like to post you on our site."
Yeah. And then, and they didn't like, they only put my YouTube on there. Like they didn't know anything about my TikTok. They didn't know anything about anything else. So they just like put like the only information they had on YouTube, and that's it.
Maybe they like when you get over 100,000 subscribers, they put you.
Maybe, but I have
Facebook.
friends that are on there that like don't have YouTube.
You should have been like, yeah, I'm a famous porn star. Like they put it completely wrong.
Put my own.
Everyone's trying to search Shimmer Leaks, Shimmer OnlyFans.
I wish I could troll. That would be hilarious. But
That'd be fun,
yeah.
dude. That was a good story.
That was a
Yeah.
really good
I
story.
wish I told you. I wanted to tell you guys on the podcast, but I wish it was like earlier so that it was like fresh and like. But I think I saved most of the information.
Okay, next time this happens, like, let's reveal it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, let's have the call,
on the pod.
the confrontation on the pod.
Yeah.
Tap in.
Shout out to my constituents. They helped equally as much as I did.
Have you ever listened to the I forget what you guys call Z103, but it was
they
Kane,
send
the
flowers.
the Kane Morning Show.
Oh yeah, Kane Morning
Do you remember
Show.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they would like send flowers to
If they
somebody who's
thought-
cheating.
They would ask. So if a girl thought her boyfriend was cheating, they'd call the boyfriend, say, "Hey, who do you want to send flowers to?" And then they would like typically send flowers to the girl, like the girl that they're cheating with. And then they would like get all this information in, and then they'd be like, "Oh, we just want to let you know we're recording." And then they were like, "Okay, yeah. So by the way, we have your girlfriend here." And then the girlfriend like confronts them.
Sometimes the girlfriend would like attack right away.
Yeah.
That was fun, dude. Listening to that kind of stuff is like spicy a little bit.
Yeah.
I like it. Like Catfish, that was a good show.
I still watch Catfish.
It's
Yeah?
still going on.
I just watch the clips on YouTube. Yeah, it still goes on
Mm.
because it's Cammy now, and Cammy don't play.
Who's Cammy?
It's a different host.
She's a different host other than Max,
Okay.
and she's like she's not like passive like how
Neve.
Max and Neve were more so.
They were really kind.
Yeah.
They were really kind. Cammy's like don't bullshit me because you're playing with me now and
Mm.
I'm not okay with it. And it's just like spicy.
Is it still like good? Doesn't it get like tiring that like the stories
it's
are the
so
same?
good. No, because its stories are never the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's never like a regular old catfish story. It's like there's like intertwined things, and then there's other people involved, and then there's people who they know that were the catfish, and yeah,
I
they're-
like the way that Neve would handle it because when it happened to him, he like went and met the girl and like figured out like you could see that he felt sorry and was like, man, like
I remember the
This is
trailer
crazy.
came out for that movie, and I thought it was a horror film. Because the way they did release the trailer was like very horror, like, oh, this is a fake person. And then they go like first person footage and like go into the house and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then I find out it's just like not
I didn't even know there was a movie. I used to like my sister used to watch it all the time.
the show.
Yeah, and then like I would sometimes watch with her, and I'm like, "What is this? Like, why do people do this? Whatever." And she's like, "It happened to him." And then I would like, I don't know why that would always go over my head. And then eventually I was like, "Wait, this happened to Neve, like the host of the show." And imagine me figuring this out like so many episodes in, and I was like, "Oh my god, I gotta watch this movie."
Yeah.
So then it was like a reveal for me of like, you know, it's like watching a prequel
Yeah,
of like how it happened, but it's real.
yeah.
yeah,
And
that's what happened to me too.
It was so good watching it. I was like, wow, this is the best episode.
Yeah, because it was like like
It happened to the perfect person.
yeah, but also like the movie itself was so not like movie. It was like very
It was
much
a documentary.
Yeah, it was just like very much like their whatever cameras they had laying around. Like Catfish is like a production.
Production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, yeah.
So that's why I was like, whoa, okay, hold on. Maybe this shit is real.
They should make a horror movie. I feel like that would slap.
You know, there was a girl who was catfishing that lives around here,
Really.
and she was on Catfish. And I think her name is
Amber Khan.
why do I want to say it's Amber? It's probably not Amber. It's called, her name is Tracy Barbie. And she literally like took over somebody's personality. And then, so the catfish wasn't a romantic one. She was like pretending to be this girl who was a different girl and then would bully people on that account. So everybody was hating the original girl because they thought it was her.
shit.
And then they went to confront her and she was just like acting crazy. She was like, yeah, I like love kids and like I love like whatever. And she looks like that, like she was on drugs. And so she got like famous for being around here, and she like has the wildest TikToks. Even now, she'll be like, "I'm the MTV star. Like, look at me. I'm at the bar." Like, just
I think I know
wild.
who you're talking about.
Tracy Barbie.
That's her fake name,
That's her name.
but that's like
Yeah.
her alias.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. She does drugs?
No.
Oh, she said, what did you say about drugs?
But it was
She
giving.
sells
It was
drugs?
giving drugs energy. What, would
Oh.
you know her if she sold drugs?
No, it's just interesting. Kind of like side
I was
things.
like, it was giving like maybe you bought something from her.
No, I was in the city today and like before this, and I was sitting there texting and somebody started knocking on my window and I was like, "What's up, man?" And he's like, "Can you get off your phone, please? Who are you texting?" And I was like, "What does it matter who I'm texting?"
Were you
Who
driving or were you parked?
No, I'm parked. I was like, "Why does it matter who I'm texting? Why do you care?" And he goes, "Because some people are here trying to sell drugs, man, and you look like a narc." I was like, "No, go sell your drugs. Like, I'm not a cop." And he's like, "Okay, put the phone away, please." And I was like, "No, bro, I'm not a cop. Go sell your drugs."
Dude, you're ruining business, bro.
It's bad for business.
Yeah, it's bad
And
for
then
business.
right in front of me, he takes out a huge bag. He had like hands it to him. He's staring at me the whole time.
Making sure you don't have your phone out.
And I'm like, pulling out the phone.
Did you do that?
I was like, what a bizarre thing to say. If I was a cop, why did you just tell me you're selling drugs?
He said you look like a narc.
No,
Well-
he's saying you probably look like a narc to the people that are trying to buy, and they're not as educated.
Yeah,
So-
he thought that I was an undercover. I got the tinted windows. My car's on. I'm on my phone. I give cop vibes. I'm into it.
To him.
That's hot.
That's hot.
All right, let's wrap it up there.
Yeah. Do we have a sneak peek to the Patreon?
Patreon, we're talking about some of that. We're talking about Trump's new drip. We're talking
Ooh.
about living on Mars.
Ooh.
I'm actually, after my Alaska trip, I thought, let's, up it one level. So I'm going to Mars. And then, there's AI, which is
Ooh.
duplicating all types of videos, leaks on Twitter. If you
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
But not
So-
Drake's though. That was real.
So let's get into it. This has
Yeah.
been an episode of lots of catfish and Alaskan salmon.
And buy your merch on.
Oh yeah, buy merch. Come to the Patreon. Say what's up. I figured out how to log into Patreon, so I'm gonna start talking to people on there.
Yeah. And we got some new patrons the last couple episodes, so appreciate you guys.
I like the feet swinging.
It makes me giddy. I get giddy every time we have a new patron, so.
He like
Another sound. There it is. I get giddy every time. Beat drop.
Yeah. So join us, and you might hear one of the 4 beats Frost is going to make after this episode.
prayer.
This has been another week.
Another flavor.
A little less stranger.
We'll talk to you next time.